being disrespectful, but they talked a lot of trash and they got humbled. And I think that that's okay. That is sports. That is what we live for.
Aya Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces finally got a reality check. With 4 Olympians and a unanimous MVP on their roster, the Aces came into the playoffs expecting a smooth ride. But things didn't go as planned.
Pretty well. It wasn't our outcome, but damn, we did pretty good, considering who we got stacked against.
Despite a lackluster performance, Aya Wilson didn't seem fazed. The game unfolded amid controversy surrounding her recent comments about privileged players like Caitlin Clark and Paige Buchers. Still, Wilson remained unfazed, stating she'll be just fine, showing little concern about exiting the tournament or rebuilding her reputation with fans.
I don't want anyone to hurt me. We're blessed. I get to play the game of basketball, get paid while I do it. I'm around phenomenal women, it's a fun thing. So hopefully no one hurts for me. We're going to wake up the next morning and be pretty good.
Caitlin Clark has finally gotten her revenge on DJ Carrington. And now, Aya Wilson finds herself on the outside looking in after being eliminated from the playoffs.
Being one of the most loved teams in the WNBA to being riddled with so much drama this season. A'ja Wilson was under fire last week for the privileged comment that she made to Kelsey Plum. And Coach Becky Hammon was under fire for basically saying that her team was too busy being celebrities and they were distracted and that's why they're not winning games. The list goes on and on. If you're this Aces team, you really need to regroup and maybe make some tough decisions about the future.
Aya Wilson, widely regarded as one of the WNBA's all-time greats, an MVP, and the face of the Las Vegas Aces, was expected to lead her team to yet another finals appearance. But instead, the Aces fell short, a shocking exit that's left fans and analysts alike asking, what went wrong? This wasn't just another playoff upset. Some believe a deeper narrative may be unfolding. Wilson's elimination from the postseason has reignited conversations around her recent controversial comments aimed at rising star Caitlin Clark. In light of the drama, some are even speculating whether karma played a role in the Aces' downfall. Adding fuel to the fire, Breanna Stewart outperformed Wilson throughout the series. And yet, it's Aya who made history by becoming the first unanimous MVP in WNBA history, a title meant to solidify her as the league's undisputed best. That achievement should have been the exclamation point on a dominant season, setting the stage for a championship run. Instead, it now feels like a bittersweet footnote to a season that ended far too soon.
As unanimous MVP, which by the way is the first unanimous MVP in the NBA or the WNBA to ever not make the finals, which is something else. Fans are they're gonna share that. It does not mean that we are misogynistic or we're just hating on A'ja. No, it's just this is what happens when a team...
Despite being one of the most talent-stacked teams in the league, the Las Vegas Aces failed to reach the finals. A stunning disappointment for both the franchise and Aya Wilson. This marks a historic first. Wilson becomes the only unanimous MVP in WNBA history to not lead her team to the championship series. For a player of her caliber, this isn't just a missed opportunity. It's a serious blemish on her legacy.
Because, the talent's going to be there, the skill's going to be there. Everyone knows we're going to work in the offseason.
While Aya Wilson delivered a spectacular individual season, her team's early playoff exit casts a long shadow over what was meant to be a crowning achievement. Instead of a championship run, we're left asking, what is the real value of a unanimous MVP title if it doesn't translate into postseason success? And this is where the narrative takes a twist. Earlier in the season, Wilson stirred controversy with comments about rising star Caitlin Clark, the Iowa sensation who has taken the basketball world by storm. Unlike many who celebrated Clark's rapid rise and the attention she brought to women's basketball, Wilson didn't seem as enthusiastic. Reports emerged that Wilson was less than thrilled with Nike's heavy promotion of Clark, with rumors suggesting she felt Clark was privileged and didn't earn the hype. Her comments surprised many, and not just because they were sharp. They seemed to go beyond competitive rivalry and veer into gatekeeping territory. Why would a seasoned MVP attempt to dim the spotlight on a young player who could?
High as hell, but that is not the point of the story. Now, if you look at all these pictures and I'm connecting the dots here, they are all wearing Timbs. And someone may have left their Timbs at Barclays Center, which is how we got this iconic picture of the Liberty getting the last laugh. But believe it or not, the last laugh does not end here. Now, after this game in the post-game press conference, Breanna Stewart mentioned that she has receipts from last year, and so does the entire team. And she doesn't forget the things that, said people, excuse me.
This latest playoff collapse raises serious questions about Aya Wilson's ability to deliver when it matters most. Her regular season accolades are undeniably impressive, but her inability to rise to the occasion in high-stakes playoff moments has exposed a significant gap in her game. What separates great players from legends is the ability to perform under pressure, and that's where Breanna Stewart stands apart. Stewart consistently shows up in big moments, a trait Wilson has yet to demonstrate with the same reliability. For someone with MVP credentials, failing to lead when her team needed her most is a glaring issue that can't be ignored. In the Aces' final game of the season, a must-win, Wilson posted 19 points. For most players, that's respectable. But for the league's first unanimous MVP, it fell flat. She didn't bring the energy, leadership, or impact expected of someone at her level. Her presence felt off. She didn't rally her teammates. And when the Aces needed a superstar to take over, Wilson couldn't answer the call. Let's not forget, this is a team stacked with talent. 4 Olympians, a 6th player of the year, elite coaching, all the pieces were there. Yet, the Aces failed to deliver, and Wilson's underwhelming performance was a key reason why. Now, fans and analysts are left wondering, did Aya Wilson truly deserve the MVP title this season? Or was this an individual award that masked deeper flaws when it came to performing in the moments that matter most?
They need the big that can stretch the floor, get out Asia way when she's trying to go to work, stand in that corner, shoot that ball, okay? Now, if I'm looking at somebody, I'm looking at Tina Charles. Tina Charles, a little bit older, yes. Smart. Knows how to play with other bigs, yes. Stretch the floor, yes. Do other things that Asia might need her to do, yes. Okay? I'm Tina Charles, I'm trying to get my first.
This team wasn't just talented. They were stacked with some of the best players in the world. With 4 Olympians on the roster, including Aya Wilson, the Las Vegas Aces were widely expected to dominate the competition and cruise to another WNBA championship. But instead of rising to the occasion, they collapsed under pressure, crashing out of the playoffs in a stunning disappointment. For a team with that much firepower, the early exit raises uncomfortable questions. Was it a lack of chemistry? Did the pressure finally catch up to them? Or does the blame fall on Wilson's shoulders? The unanimous MVP and face of the franchise. As the leader of a super team, Wilson was expected to elevate her squad, especially when surrounded by so much elite talent. But when it mattered most, they crumbled. And now, those lingering questions about leadership, execution, and the ability to perform under pressure will follow Wilson and the Aces into the offseason. What was supposed to be a historic run has now been overshadowed by disappointment. And the legacy conversation? It just got a lot more complicated.
I'm going to be the same group probably next year. It just won't. And I'm sad about that because I really like that group. Now, what did y'all gather from that? Because I'll tell you what I gathered, all right? It's not going to be the same group. KP leaving. KP's a Valkyrie. That's what I got from it, okay? I'm not no magic translator or anything, but that's really what I think she was trying to.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, the player Aya Wilson reportedly didn't want Nike to promote, was facing her own playoff challenges, though from the sidelines. Clark's postseason run came to an abrupt end under controversial circumstances, with foul trouble shadowing her throughout her final game. In one particularly frustrating moment, she was poked in the eye by DJ Carrington, resulting in a black eye and adding to the bitterness of her early exit.
Like there isn't or hasn't been legitimate resentment emanating from those who are pioneers. Nobody's fooled here. You got pundits who used to play in the WNBA, some of them who didn't, and who were speaking on behalf of those who didn't want to create that kind of noise themselves because of the negative impact. We talk about it when the men do it. If we detect jealousy, if we detect envy, if we detect resentment, and it's amongst the fellas, we put it out there. Shit, we act like it's the latest episode of General Hospital. But when the ladies are feeling that way about another young lady like Caitlin Clark, and people like myself and Shay Shay call it out, suddenly it's